It would help if I'm talking to you guys with my headphones on. Man. Just take a moment to come back into your own body before we get started by closing your eyes, lengthening through the spine in your easy seated posture, finding your breath, sending those roots out for the sits bones and all of those points of contact from the body to the earth. Alrighty, you guys. So tonight is a really amazing and magical day. This is a very auspicious day. It is the winter solstice, and it is also the Great Conjunction. The Great Conjunction is the unification of Jupiter and Saturn and appearing as one star as opposed to two separate planets. And this hasn't happened to this degree in 800 years, and we actually consider this to be the Christmas star. In the year that Jesus was born, there was violence, chaos, political and social unrest. There was a lot of what was perceived as darkness. And the Magi found Jesus by way of the star, which was the meeting of three stars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars. And they followed that star until it rested where he was. And the light that was brought into our world was an incredible gift. And so now we're fast forwarding into 2020, and there's a lot of chaos and political and social unrest. A lot of people are feeling a lot of hopelessness and darkness and feelings of that nature. And we're actually in the beginning of what a lot of people would say is the cold, dark winter season. So we're entering into the darkness, which is actually not a terrifying thing. A lot of people are afraid of the dark. The dark is actually a magical place. That's a place of birthing new things into the world. This energetic portal that's supposed to be created from this great conjunction is supposed to usher in a whole era of peace, an era of imagination and creative thinking, and all kinds of amazing new kinds of energies. So not focusing on what we perceive as the negative aspects of the darkness, but the positive aspects of the darkness, which is birthing the new things into the world, planting the seeds deep into the earth so that we can create new life and all of these kinds of amazing things. So it's just that awesome opportunity and a reminder, I think, this beautiful star that's occurring right now on the darkest night of the year, that light will and always has been there. It's always been there, and it's that light that we need to shift our attention to. There's always that guiding light. There's always that aspect of that thing that is meant to guide the heart or the soul. And this is a great opportunity right now during this energetic shift to come back to our own being and to really do a lot of reflection and looking at what's been serving us, what's not been serving us, facing our shadow. So if you feel a lot of discomfort right now and things rising up to be seen, those shadows are rising up to be cleared. They want us to witness them so that we can clear that energy, or we can alchemize that energy within our own being and then embody our truth from within that knowledge. Whatever transformation that occurs within our own being from facing those shadow aspects of our being. We all have the light and the dark within us. And so recognizing that one isn't better or worse than the other, they're just two parts of a whole part of our wholeness of our being. One is not bad and one is not good. They are just both part of our whole being. So that darkness is an amazing opportunity for the birthing process to begin. And this is where conception happens and the growing of the thing, right? The embodiment of the thing, sending life into the thing, the dream of the heart. So It's a really cool time for us. There's so much magic right now. And I really, it's weird because the last 2 weeks we've had awesome energetic shifts and opportunities. Last week we had a solar eclipse. This week we're moving into that even bigger energy. I kind of feel like that solar eclipse was even meant to shine the light on some of the darkness, you know, as we're moving into this longest night of the year, darkest night of the year, and moving into that winter time where we're meant to come back to our own being. So we're got all kinds of cool stuff to really be focusing on the stuff that's no longer serving us, focusing on what do we want to be dreaming. What is the dream? What is the thing that I'm planting, the seeds that I'm going to be caring for and nurturing and, you know, watching them come into fruition and bringing life into that space. What does that look like for me? What is the stuff that I need to be focusing on energetically? And it's cool because so right now I wanted to do these like last week's we did it in the evening because that was when the actual solar eclipse was happening. It wasn't happening where we could see it, but it was happening across the world. So of course the time frame was different. Here now you can look out your window and you can actually see the North Star. You can see that Christmas star. So that's awesome that we're really practicing under the light of that star. So allowing that to also transform and alchemize us. Nature is a real living thing, and it is a mirror for all of the things that happen inside of our own being. And so we're allowing ourselves to expose our being to that light so that we can receive whatever information, whatever transformation is meant for us by exposing ourselves to that light. So we're going to keep that in mind during our practice tonight. You know, even if you're in a room where you can actually look out your window, that would be something really cool to do tonight too. Make sure you have your music, your candles, whatever it is that makes it really cozy and safe for you so that you have the most amazing experience you can have tonight. So we're going to do something super different tonight because it is really special and we want to really soak up the energy and create an amazing environment for ourselves tonight as we're moving through this massive portal of energy that's supposed to literally be reshaping the entirety of everything. We're literally moving fully and completely into the Aquarian age, which is meant to be more peaceful. And like I said, a lot more of conscious creation and the arts and imagination and new things that have never been seen before are going to be birthed right now during this time. So be with yourself, listen to your heart space. What is it calling you towards? What are the things that you're thinking of? You know, nothing's stupid, nothing's dumb. Write them down. Think about what it is that's speaking to you right now. Write it down so that you can kind of like think about it later on, reread this stuff and come back to it, because this is the kind of astrological event that you're never going to get to experience again in this lifetime. Once, maybe every 800 years. This is actually a really special way to end 2020, which has been a really tough year for a lot of people. And so we want to end it on this magical note. Really amazing and beautiful magical experience that you can create for yourself tonight. So go ahead and get all your props. Make sure you're ready to go. We're going to start on our back on the floor, just like you would in your corpse pose. So you can turn and release yourself. If you want something under your knees, you can bring those props closer to you. Come down on the spine. Make sure you have something to rest your head on. Palms of the hands could be face down to ground, face up to receive, or gently resting on the belly, that place where we're birthing those new things into the world, that sacral chakra, your second chakra. And what we're going to do here in this posture, we're going to be going through a guided meditation to kind of set the tone for the rest of our experience here tonight. So go ahead and close your eyes. Once you've gotten yourself down into that corpse pose posture, and just take a moment to breathe in the fresh air super deep into your belly so that the belly is rising away from the body on the inhalation And then drawing the navel to the spine on the exhale. Taking that new prana, that new air, down the throat, into the upper chest, the lungs, and then the belly. And then breathing out. Take several deep breaths here. Taking the bridge from the physical body back to the spirit. And greeting those higher aspects of our being. Open up to that sacred part of ourselves, that intuition, soul space. Every exhalation, feeling more relaxed, feeling more comfortable. Visualizing every part of the body consciously relaxing, letting go, releasing any tension. And then focusing on the area of the crown, breathing in. And imagine gold light filtering into the body from the crown of the head. This light pours forth down into the spinal column and out into the rest of the body. Out to the tips of the fingers and the toes, ears, and the nose. Imagine that this high frequency infuses your cells and enlivens your DNA. Its honey-like consistency sticks around for a while and fills you up. And now imagine the wisest, most ancient aspect of yourself emerging from within and beginning to whisper to you its needs, desires, and intentions for you right now in this moment. This aspect shares with you the perfection of your current state of existence and how to allow for greater degrees of peace, joy, and gentleness. More love, grace, and fulfillment to enter into your life. Once you feel complete with this information, share. Give thanks for the ability to tap into this wise aspect of yourself. Intend that you will be able to do so because you can. Anytime you want, from now on, with great ease and clarity. Give thanks for the support and deep knowing you receive here. Sit in this space of gratitude and consider what else there is to be grateful for. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Relax as you release the breath. With each breath you take, you move deeper into the silent space within, into your inner world. Imagine yourself now walking through a desert landscape at night. The moon is not visible to light your path. And at first, your steps are unsure and tentative. The more you attune yourself to the silent world around you, the more your senses begin to perceive details along your path. The desert air is clear and cold, fragrant with the aroma of sage. Now you move with confidence. You can see with your inner eyes. You are comfortable with the darkness that reveals its gifts. You can hear sounds of life around you. What do you hear? You see things you have not seen before. What do you see? You trust your inner senses, and your intuition guides you on your path. Answers reveal themselves to you as you surrender to the power of the unseen. You feel safe and protected. A warm feeling starts to bubble up in your solar plexus, and the warmth spreads to your arms and legs, to your whole body. There is a field of pleasant, vibrating energy throughout and around you. That source of light and warmth is within, always accessible, your internal sun or North Star. You are equally comfortable with the dark as with the light. You are balanced in harmony with Mother Earth and Father Sky. As you turn your eyes toward the night sky above you, a blanket of brilliant stars illuminates the sky. Gratitude washes over you as you open your heart to the beauty of this sacred time and space. Yet almost imperceptibly at first, you notice a change on the horizon. The light of the stars begins to fade. And towards the east, the first light of dawn colors the sky with shades of purple, pink, and orange. Slowly, the landscape around you reveals a new face of beauty and harmony. Soon, the radiant disk of the sun appears and bathes the desert in its warm glow. You are reborn to this new day, and you greet it with joy and gratitude. You can trust the sacred circles of nature that always offer new beginnings. Bless the return of the light as you have blessed the womb of darkness that preceded it. bringing your attention back to the breath. Give thanks for this gift that so freely flows to us every moment of our life in these bodies. Let the attention take the breath deeper. 3 deep cleansing and refreshing breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Feeling more grounded, more connected, safe and secure. And gently bringing your attention back to your physical body. Gently wiggling the fingers and toes, the limbs. Drawing your attention back to the room. All while remaining in tune with this deep inner guidance system. Slowly and gently, we're going to come into our first posture. Because we started our practice different today, we're not going to start with that child's pose posture. We're actually going to come into a different posture tonight. So keeping that pillow up at the top of your head and grabbing onto some kind of pillow or something that you can place between your knees. Going to roll over onto one side. Take that pillow and place it between your bent knees, creating space between those hips. You can allow those arms to rest wherever they want to. That arm can come long on the side of the body, the elevated arm. You can take both hands up towards the head or the face, closing the eyes and drawing the awareness back inside. Just take a moment to greet your own internal darkness, that safe space within your own being. Never afraid of the dark, because the lightness is always shining from within. Continuing to take those deep breaths. Time of rebirth and new beginnings. Magnificent change. When we're open to change, we have a massive opportunity to progress towards the dreams that we've held within our heart. Jupiter is about expansion, blessings, and dreams coming true. Saturn is structure and discipline. So if you put a plan of action together, your dreams can come true. Slowly and gently drawing your awareness back to your own being, becoming aware of the breath, removing the pillow out from between the knees. We're going to roll over onto the back, draw ourselves onto the opposite side, placing the pillow between those bent knees and coming into the most easeful, comfortable posture that you possibly can. As you relax on your side, closing your eyes, finding your breath. Tonight, as we enter into this new portal of energy, this new creative, peaceful energy, we're going to focus on three things: giving closure to 2020, reflecting on our shadow, and being open to rebirth. So take your time right now to focus on giving closure to any of those loose ends from 2020, any of those things that are no longer serving you. Take a moment to release the year. And before going forward, reflecting on the ups and downs of the closing year, giving thanks for all of the wonderful experiences that enriched your life and your soul this year. Recognizing all of the ways in which you are proud of all of the things that you have become. Remember, it's a choice to carry with us those things that we choose to hold on to. So letting go of all of those things that we do not want to take with us into this new year. Taking the pillow out from between your knees, rolling over onto your back, Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. A couple more. And then drawing your knees into your chest on your next inhalation. Placing your hands around the shin bones. We're going to rock and roll upward into a comfortable seated posture so that we can come into our next posture here tonight. We're going to come up on our hands and knees. Drop the glutes back towards the heels. Keep the knees together. Take some pillows in front of you here, as high as you need to. And then you're going to take those hands back towards the toes and just gently rest one cheek into your pillow. Relaxing the belly into the thighs. Into this posture. And give the body permission to relax, to sink, the shoulders to fall forward. Not holding any part of the body up. Just allowing it to fully relax into your supportive blankets and pillows, bolsters. We must reflect on our shadow. We must look at those things that make us feel uncomfortable, those things that we would, in the past, tell a story about or create judgments around. Witnessing the shadow aspects of our being and meeting them with acceptance and allowance that embraces the humanity fully and completely. We're lovingly supported by the universe to look at our shadow and extract the lessons and healing that comes from all experiences that we've had this year. It's not about the experience. It's not about labeling or judging the experience. It's about the way that those experiences led us to grow and expand. What lessons did we take from those experiences and apply to our lives that allowed us to grow and expand, create new habits, safe boundaries. So embrace the shadow. Allow all of those old energies to rise up and be seen. Accepting and allowing. Meeting those parts of our being with the grace. Coming back to your breath, back to the body. Draw those hands forward in front of the knees and pressing into the palms of the hands so that you're lengthening through those arms. Draw the knees now towards the edge of the mat and pull those props in towards the body. Now we're going to come into that grateful warrior posture. Releasing those hands in front of the knees, lengthening through the spine. Walk the hands up towards the top of your props. Release the opposite cheek down onto your props this time. So if you had your left cheek towards your pillow last time, this time you're going to want to take your right cheek and just release your body into your props, into your pillows, finding your breath. Now opening up to rebirth. As we ritually close this year, we birth ourselves into a whole new year and a whole new era. So together we start to stoke and burn our inner fire. In the same way the sun now makes its return to longer days, and through renewal and rebirth, we too can be completely freed and celebrate the return of the light. Allow that fire that burns within your own being to stoke your intuition, the voice of your own soul space, giving yourself the ability to become more self-aware, conscious of the truth of your own soul. The Christmas star is a sign of hope, a sign of change, bringing with it a massive shift in consciousness that will usher in change and freedom. Take a couple more deep breaths as you draw your awareness back to your physical being. And then on your next inhalation, pressing into the palms of the hands and lengthening through the arms as you draw that upper body away from those props. Releasing the glutes down into the earth. We're going to swing legs around in front of us and open them up. Take those bolsters, those pillows, whatever it is that you have here, in towards your body. And we're really going to stack these up pretty high because we're going to bend over, hinging forward from the hips and releasing one cheek down onto those props. So make sure you've got plenty of stuff as high as you need, resting the palms face down into the earth or palms face up to receive. Fully relaxed into your props, not holding the body up, supporting it in any way, just fully relaxed, fully released. And just breathing into all of those parts of the body where you're feeling that tension. And just feeling the light of those stars, those planets, Jupiter and Saturn, as they create that Christmas star, the Great Conjunction. Feel that light pouring into your being and allow it to shift your body in whatever way it needs to draw you into alignment with that new golden age, that new portal of energy, of peace, and creativity, so that we can all manifest the best in each other and everything to come. Allow that energy to fully draw itself into your being, and don't be afraid or concerned if you feel some discomfort, if you feel that intensity of the energy moving. Sometimes these are some of my biggest, most memorable shifts that I experience in my life when I allow myself to do this kind of work under the light of these amazing astrological events. Allowing those things that are happening outside of my being, those universal expressions of what's occurring within us, to come into alignment and to allow those things to assist me in shifting my being, facilitating the change, alchemizing within my own being, transmuting any of those energies that are no longer serving me so that I can let them go. Giving us that clear consciousness, clear energetic field, perfectly clear representation, vibrational pattern that we're emitting so that we can do that really important, amazing manifestation and co-creation that facilitates the rebirth, that facilitates the new ways of doing and being. Bringing out the best in each other and everything to come. Coming back into your breath. Place the palms into the earth, pressing into the hands. Draw those hands back up towards the body. We're going to take those props. Make sure you got a pillow up here at the top of your head, something for underneath your knees. Releasing the upper spine down into the mat. Palms of the hands are face up into the sky. You can allow the feet to fall to the side. You can even place something under your ankles here if you wish. Fully breathing into the body, pressing that prana, that new life energy into all of those little parts of the body. All of those places of tension or discomfort. Solstice is considered a fresh start and a day to set intentions that will hopefully grow alongside the returning light and warmth of the sun. So take this time to enjoy this historic moment. The fullness of the Great Conjunction will be experienced here just before 7:30 p.m. So we're right about at that time. So really giving yourself permission to surrender to the energy of that light of those stars. Take a moment to appreciate it. This turning point to a brighter 2021. Welcoming this huge shift of energy. And open to the deep change that it will bring. Ushering us towards the light. You can keep those props where they are for your final Shavasana corpse pose, or you can remove any of those props that you might feel necessary to relieve yourself of to experience the fullest, most relaxed Shavasana posture that you possibly can, fully relaxed. Feet have fallen to the side. sinking into the earth with every exhalation. Safe and secure, grounded, feeling into the beauty of the pureness of your own light, your own vibration. Start to come back to the body, back to the breath. This time taking the bridge from the breath, from the physical or the spirit back to the physical body, back to this time and place, back to the room that you're in, taking those gentle movements of wiggling the fingers and toes, wrapping the hands around the wrists, the feet around the ankles, and take those gentle stretches. Gentle movements that you need to facilitate coming back to your own being. And then on your next inhalation, take the knees into the chest, squeeze yourself nice and tight. And then gently rocking back and forth, up and down on the spine until you draw yourself upright into that comfortable seated posture. Take a couple deep breaths as you drop those shoulders back and down, heart's lifted, drawing that chin ever so slightly back so that the head is floating over the heart, heart floats over the sits bones. Crown of the head is radiating into the sky, finishing our practice tonight with 3 long set nams. I am truth, truth is my name, truth is my identity. Draw the hands into prayer pose, tucking the thumbs into the breastbone. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And then inhaling to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Namaste. The divinity, the light within me honors that divine light that radiates from each and every one of you. And I'm super grateful for you joining me here tonight for this beautiful practice. And I just really encourage you to step outside and just feel into the energy of the light that's radiating from that Christmas star right now, that great conjunction. It's a really beautiful energy. And just give yourself permission to sit in it for a moment and feel that into your body, into your being. Like I said before, some of these shifts are some of the biggest ones that I've ever experienced in my entire life. When some of these kinds of astrological events are occurring and I'm doing my practice and I'm coming back to myself, I'm doing that self care during that time, and I'm really engaged in that communication with the universe and receiving that intuition from within and honoring those higher aspects of my being and really feeling that deep, deep gratitude for my ability to connect on such a deep level to myself and to the universe. So give yourself permission to really give yourself over to that, surrender to that energy, surrender to that highest ability to shift that you can possibly glean from this experience, because you'll not get this again in your lifetime. So make sure you take the fullest advantage of it. And I encourage you to really sit in some quiet space tonight if you have time, and or make time to think about what are the dreams of your heart and what are the seeds that you're planting to take yourself into this new year. So I hope you have an awesome night. Enjoy this amazing once in a lifetime experience, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys later.